Hi dear students, welcome to my class. This is for 10th students and the chapter is metals and non-metals. In the last class we were discussed about the ionic compounds. So what is meant by ionic compounds, ma'am? So the compounds formed in the manner transfer of electrons from the metal to non-metal. This is known what ionic compounds. So in this class I am going to discussing about properties of ionic compounds. Properties of ionic compounds. Properties of ionic compounds. For you have to know this properties of ionic compounds, you should perform some activity. Okay. For this activity, we need some ionic products or ionic compounds like sodium chloride, NaCl. So next is potassium iodide, Ki, and BaCl2, barium chloride, and some more examples like magnesium chloride, MgCl2. So these are the ionic compounds. These are the ionic compounds. For this ionic compounds, I am taking a Bunsen burner. This is a Bunsen burner. In this we have a flame. So in a metallic spatula, take a small amount of all these ionic compounds. At a time, don't take one by one salt and burn these salts in the flame of a Bunsen burner. So all salts are heated with the metallic spatula. Is the any change in the flame of this Bunsen burner? You have to check. You have to do in laboratories. Okay. So next thing is you have to take water and petrol and kerosene. So now you have to do the solubility test. Take this ionic compounds and soluble with water. So check whether it is soluble or not. And next you have to take all these salts and check with the petrol. When you use the petrol, whether these salts are soluble or not, you have to check now. So next you have to use the kerosene as a solvent. Because of the solubility test, you have to use kerosene for all these ionic compounds. Now you have if you perform this activity, you have to conclude the physical properties of all these ionic compounds. So simply first we have to understand all these things and then only list out the physical properties. So the very first physical property is physical state. Physical state. So if you observe that ionic compounds, generally these are salts, we call as salts. Salts. So salts are generally solid in state. Salts are solid in state. Okay. Physical state, first physical property or physical nature, the ionic compounds are solid and are somewhat hard. Solid and hard. Somewhat hard. If you for this hard, why? Because there is a strong force of attraction between the strong force of attraction between ions. Which ions, positive ion and negative ion. Okay. So general in this physical properties, properties of ionic compounds, in that first property is physical state or physical nature. So salts are solid in state. And they are hard, somewhat hard, and a strong attractive force between the ions. That's why these ionic compounds are hard. This is the first property. Okay. Next, in this one more thing, and this is hard and brittle. Generally, brittle means having shining capacity. Brittle means shining capacity. And if you apply the more pressure on this ionic compounds, these are break into pieces, break into pieces, breaks into pieces, break into pieces. So physical state or physical nature is salts are solid in states. These are somewhat hard. This is hard because of strong attractive force between the ions, and these ionic compounds are brittle. That means it has a staining capacities, and if you apply more pressure on these ionic compounds, it will breaks into simpler pieces. Okay, this is what first physical property. And the next one is so this ionic compounds having a high melting point and boiling point, high melting and boiling points, high melting and boiling points. So why? Because high melting and boiling points because of a strong attractive force between the ions, or a considerable amount of energy is required to break the compounds. Okay, this is what high melting point and high boiling point of this ionic compounds. Okay, so one more thing. The next is solubility. Solubility. So generally these ionic compounds are soluble in water. Soluble in water. Soluble in water. So we already did the solubility test. If you soluble the all these salts in water, all salts are ionic salts are soluble in water, but not in petrol and kerosene. So only solubility test is only soluble in water, does not soluble in petrol and kerosene. Okay. So next thing, this is about solubility. Next is conduction of electricity. Conduction of electricity. Conduction of electricity. This is one more property. So for this we have once again perform an activity. So for this activity we need a beaker. So for this beaker I am preparing a salt solution. I am preparing salt solution. Any salt solution. NaCl, KiBa, Cl2, MgCl2. Take salts and dissolve with the water. In this salt solution is there. Salt solution. Okay, this is salt solution. In this salt solution I am going to dip 2 electrodes. Okay, 2 electrodes. 2 electrodes. These 2 electrodes are connected by a battery and with a bulb. Okay, one end is connected with the battery and another end is connected with the bulb, and these are the wires. These are the wires. Okay, when you pass the electric current, this is if you consider this is anode and this is cathode. Okay, anode and cathode. This in this salt solution we can observe the ions. In this salt solution we can observe the ions. These ions are responsible for the conduction of electricity. These ions are oppositely charged, attracts with the oppositely electrodes or opposite electrodes. Okay. So this movement of ions we call as electricity. So conduction of electricity. The conduction of electricity through the solution involves the movement of charged particles. The charged particles we call as solutions. So ionic compounds in water contains ions. I already told this. This ion salt solution in water, it contains ions, but in a solid state. But in solid state, these ionic products, whenever this ionic products in a solid state which does not conduct electricity, does not conduct electricity. This is very, very important. In a molten state, in molten state, or in a liquid state, only, or in a molten state or in liquid state only, ions are movement. In solid state there is this in this solid state a rigid structure is there. In solid state movement of ions is restricted, or there is no movement of electrons in solid state of compounds. whether if these all ionic compounds, if it is in molten state or in liquid states, in these ions easily movable. That's why ionic compounds in liquid state and in molten state which conducts the electricity, okay, but in solid state which does not conduct electricity. So students, in higher classes or in next chapters we will deeply discuss deeply discuss about ions, and also it conducts the heat also. It conducts electricity and also heat. So the conduction of electricity depends on ions. Okay, this is all today's class properties of ionic compounds. So we have discussed this physical nature, and then melting and boiling points, solubility, and the conduction of electricity. All these physical properties you should know very well. Okay. In the next class we will discuss some exercise questions and occurrence of metals. Okay. Thank you.